All right, when we left off last time, we added the header with the image, and we also added the links. Now we're going to go down into the section. Remember, we had in section, we have two children. We have article and aside. So what we want to do is we want to put something into article and put something into an aside. So here you can see we're going to put family members in the article section and stats in the other side, the aside side. And then we have this in the footer. So let's go ahead and get that done. Let's go do the family members first. If you look down, we have, this is the information they provided to us. So we're going to be using that here. And let me go ahead and do view and turn that off and move this in. All right, so we can see both at the same time. So the first one is going to be the article. And I'm going to get rid of this paragraph because we don't need that anymore. That was just a placeholder. Instead, we're going to use placeholder. We're going to use family members, and that is going to be an H3. So we used an H1 for the top, an H2 for the other main sections, and then here, since this is a third level, we're going to use H3. Each one will be dark and bold, but they'll be a little bit smaller. All right, and I'll just go ahead and copy family members. Control C. Control V, and that's done. Okay, now we notice if we take a look at how it's supposed to look, they're numbered. So we're not going to type 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead, this obviously is going to be a ordered list. So underneath the H3, I'm going to do OL, and then tab, and then LI. So very, very much like the navigation section, except that was an unordered list. And it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first one is going to be Peter Father. Control C, Control V, and then LI, tab, and then Lois Mother. Control C, Control V. Let's get rid of that space. LI, tab, Meg Sister. Control C, Control V, and then LI, Chris Brother. Control C, Control V. I got extra space. And then we have our last one, which is Brian the dog. So we have LI, Brian the dog, Control C, Control V. And that's it for that side. So now we have that. Now we have the aside that we have to fix. Again, that's an H3. Whoops. And inside that H3, we're not going to have, if we take a look at it, there's not a list there. It's just a bunch of text. So for that one, we'll just use paragraph tags. So inside that H3, I have a paragraph and full name Stewart, Control C, Control V. And then we have another paragraph, age infant, Control C, Control V. So where did this content come from? And isn't it nice that it's here? Okay, we do P, Control V. So I'm providing you with content for all the websites that we build. Well, who's going to provide the content for the website that you're going to build for your client? And that's going to be you. And that's why we have a content assignment, and why you see in the assignment section of our class, you'll see references to building content. And that is, you need to get all these words and the pictures together. You grab all those resources, and then when you're ready to build, you'll have all those resources, like I have provided for you here. All right, let's see what the next thing is. The Griffin family here. Now you can see that this is bigger than that. This is going to be an H2, not quite as big as that, but same size as that. And we use the H's this way to let Google know when it comes through what's important, what's not, what's important in each one of these. So let's go ahead and create this. So we're going to get rid of the paragraph. We don't need that anymore. Remember, we're going to be using an H2 for this one. And I can copy and paste, or I can just the Griffin family. I can type that, the Griffin, maybe I can't, family. Okay, the next thing we have is a picture. Now I could put an image tag here and put that image there, and it would look exactly like this. The problem is, if I wanted to move this down from here, or I had some text that I wanted to place on the bottom, I have no way, because it's an inline element, to use space, margin, and padding to move things away from this picture, because it's an inline element. Now, I could make an inline block. That'll allow it to do it. But the best thing to do is to put this into a block level container. And the container we use for that is figure. So figure is simply a block level element. It has some additional padding and margin that goes along with it. And then I'm going to put image. And now I'm ready to go ahead and open this back up again. So in our images, we have family.png. So I will do images / family.png. This right here is a problem. People forget to do that. I know myself, because when I'm in the classroom, I always forget to do it, and then the picture doesn't show up. But what does show up is the alt tag. And for here, I'm just going to grab this, Control C, and I'm going to do Alt and paste it in, the Griffin family. So this and this match. There's another good thing about that is that we're using the keyword of Griffin all the way through it. And if a person types in Family Guy or Griffin, then ours should show up because we have all these mentions of that. All right, let's do File, Save All. Now let's go back to our page. So this is what our page looked like at the end. And when I refresh it, you can see that now, wait a minute, you can see that we have a problem here. That doesn't look right at all. That shouldn't be like that. So I must not have stopped my H2 tag. So let's go back in and take a look at what happened here. I turned on my H2, I turned off my H2. So why is that big and bold? Interesting. That's up here. That's because I put it all in the H3 tag. That's not right. All right, so let's do this instead. Okay, this shouldn't be in the H3 tag. The H3 tag actually has stats. So this should be stats. You probably noticed that when I was doing it and we're screaming, but you couldn't get me to change because I can't hear you. And then these will all go, they're all equal as far as children, 4 children here. Let's do File, Save All, and then refresh. Whoop, not there. And then refresh. All right, now it's working better. So now that is bold, but this is not. And you can see that they're all centered here. And that's okay for this or that, but it's not good for this. You can see that these don't match up nicely at all. These don't match up either. This picture shouldn't be here, it should be over here. So we have a lot of work to do. That's going to be in our styles. So whenever I do lessons, this one was a little bit different because I went back and forth with styles. We did our stewie style CSS. So we started out with this much. Normally, the only thing I will do is background color to make sure that it matches with whatever I'm doing. And then we'll do all the HTML, because first you want to do is get all the structure in and then worry about styles after the structure is done. Because actually this styling is the fun part of website development. The structure is kind of boring. It's just putting content on a page. Getting the page to look like this versus, so this is how it's going to look. Whoa. Okay. So this is how it's going to look, but this is how it looks right now. We're going to have to do some styling, and we don't have enough time in this. So we're going to do that in our next lesson and get this thing all styled up.